Good morning, everybody. I just want to show you really quickly how best to view your roster and statistics. So, just a few minutes here of your time, and I will show you some great stuff. If you already know how to use the Fantrax website, then I guess you don't have to watch this. But if you really aren't utilizing everything it has to offer, I suggest that you listen to the information I'm about to present. Go to the Players tab right over here. Hit this tab right here. From here, you can choose your team from this drop down menu. It starts with all available players. What I do is just click that one, hit S because San Diego Saints takes me right to my team, click enter. Now I'm looking at my team and I can separate my team by position. So I can just go look at my guys that are point guard eligible, shooting guard eligible, small forward. You're getting the point, right? You can sort your team so much better this way. You can also just look at your entire roster this way. You can sort it on all these categories, maybe on salary. Maybe you're looking to cut some salaries. You can see what their fantasy points per game are for the season and sort on that. And a good way to know how good your players are is just take that number and divide it by their average minutes played. You're looking for a 50% mark. Most players don't hit that on a regular basis, but that is a good benchmark. Depending on the position, um, guards will be lower than big men usually. Now, there's another thing you can do with this whole players tab. That is to go here, click up here where it says regular season year to date, click 25, 26 regular season period. And then from here, you can check out different periods from the regular season. I can go back to the eighth period, the second period, and it's going to show me how my guys did in each of these periods. But I'm usually interested in the current game period, which right now is game period 9. So I will click game period 9 here, regular season game. See, just use these drop down menus, and now you can still do the sorting on positions. Now I can kind of analyze how my team is doing in the current period. Over here in this column, you can see how many games he has played in the period. You can see what he is averaging per game, fantasy wise. And I can take that number and divide it by his minutes per game. So let's go with Josh Giddey here and just do the math. 17.47 divided by his minutes played, which is 30.6. And what I get is a 0.57 for Josh Giddey, which is outstanding. And you can do that. Obviously, you can change positions. You can sort your team this way. You can see who's eligible at each position. And then you can kind of figure out how your team is doing in the game period. And one thing that I do every morning is I come in here, click all, go to my game period, the current one, pick my team, and then I use this tab here and I upload these statistics to a Excel spreadsheet, and then I can just do my own box score. I can figure out the minutes and see how I'm progressing in a given week. Obviously, early in a game period, you're not going to have the full minutes. Not every one of your players has played yet, so you might not get a full box score. But as the week progresses, not the week, but the game period progresses, you'll get a clearer picture of how you're doing, and it won't be a surprise what your results are. You can go and check in on your opponents too if you want to. Say, I think this week I'm playing Philadelphia, or this. I always say week, I mean period. A game period. This one is Monday through Thursday. Today is the final day of the game period, and I can check out the Sixers and see how they're doing. Upload their stats, check out their box score. I got to do it myself, but at any rate, I can check out how their progress is, how my progress is, and just see, how I'm doing. I generally don't always check on my opponents. I just check on myself because I just want to get a read for how my guys are doing. And then I get an idea, is somebody underperforming? Do I need to be going out there and looking for free agents? And I could just go over here and I could even get current free agents in the period, how they're doing, all available players. And I can see who's doing the best right now of all the available players. And I'm sorted still on game fantasy points per game. I could do the math, look at the salaries, see if there's anything here that I might be able to pick up. Some guys on my roster I could dump and maybe go after this free agent market a little bit. And one last thing is you just go to matchups tab over here and you can see your schedule for the day. It's always highlighted in blue, the guys who are playing. You can check them out. And I love the player pages. You can click on them, see a little news. You can see their most recent games. You can see how they've been doing. That's their fantasy points. That's their minutes. You can do the math. I also like that you can go down here and you can see their upcoming schedule. So you can see that Anthony Black is playing on Thursday. Next game period, he has 2 games. He plays on Saturday and Sunday. And I can look ahead even further and I can see that in the next week game period from Monday to Thursday, he plays just 1 game. That's an excellent opportunity for Anthony Black to either kill it for me or blow it. So that's another nice feature. You just click on those player cards and you can get a lot of great information that way. I'm trying to plow through this as quick as I can without pausing. I think I've covered pretty much everything I wanted to cover. One more thing, you can look at your schedule all at once if you want to go to your roster page. This is the best reason I use my roster page. I can go to my roster page, and then if I just want to see what days my guys play in like one page, I go up here to schedule period, and then you got to make sure you're on the right period. It sets you up for the period ahead. You got to go to the one you're in, and you can see all their schedule for that period right here. Gives you just a quick snapshot of, if your guys are playing 1 or 2 games in the period and what days they are playing, what their opponents are. And right here, you can see in this box, it actually shows my opponent. If I just click on that, it takes me straight to his team, and I can check out his game schedule as well. So just some good information for you guys. Use the player tabs and kind of look around the website. Use this website. There's so many ways to access information here. That's why I love Fantrax for basketball. And I can upload the stats and I can do the box scores the way I like to do them. So at any rate, that's it. I think I've said all I want to say. If I think of anything else, I'll make another vid. Take it easy, guys, and good luck in your games.